everybody. I'm wearing mismatched clothes. Woo! Okay. That's my intro today. I just wanted to point it out before somebody else did. Not that I knew that you would. I don't know. I'm self-conscious. I'm Wayward Knight. I'm your DM and your director for tonight. Let's skip on over to Bison. Bison, what are you doing? Who are you?
I am a hot mess. But I
Me
normally
too.
I play a lot here. Hi, self-conscious. How are you? Dad joke from the boss. I play here a lot. Tomorrow night I'm actually running a game. I do our Carnage Heights, our Cyberpunk Red game called Carnage Heights. Things are starting to get a little bit interesting. If you watched the last episode, I sent Kraken on an acid trip. That was a lot of fun.
Ooh.
On Saturdays, on a completely different note, I play the trauma-laden, currently unconscious Sid Brimlock. I got into a bar fight and someone slipped me someone decided to give me a drink to the back of the head.
Yeah, they didn't slip it to you.
Yeah.
It was
Other
not
than
subtle.
that, I spend far too much time on the Discord. Let me just Discord there. And occasionally I will play Dave the Diver on my own channel, which I'm still typing in because I forgot. There we go. That's usually when we're not playing games of our own. It's a lot of fun. So check it out probably Thursday. Nope, not Thursday because I'm watching Kevin's race.
Who next?
Oh, I gotta tell somebody. Let's go with Yay.
Hi, folks. This is Nana Bat Kyle, your friendly neighborhood. Don't observe me and pretty much don't stop by, even if you let me know you're coming to the house. I play Jacob King, our friendly neighborhood stoner, half demon oracle of sadness. I play nothing else any other days currently. That might change, that might not. Who knows? I'm like the wind baby. You can't really observe me anywhere else except the occasional times I remember to use Twitter or if I'm modding for somebody here on Twitch, which I do a lot of. Along with that, before we go over to, of course, our wonderful friend Eddie Elfman, I would just like to say that the character art is Hero Forge. Background is thanks to Pixabay, which delighted producer Kevin, who you don't get to see, which is sad because his reactions are fantastic any and every time. And now on over to Eddie.
My name is Eddie Elfman. I'm an Edmonton-based there. Find me Paranoia. The previously on Thursday evening connection is unstable.
Oh,
Previously
no.
on Thursday evening, we nothing's coming through. All right. We can skip me then.
Okay. Eddie's awesome. He's an Edmonton-based voice actor. On Monday nights, he plays Miss Cheryl Daw, our resident witch. He just finished up playing Mazio, the Oathbreaker Barbarian. Or not
Paladin.
Paladin.
He's a paladin.
Paladin.
Yes.
On Thursday nights. I think he wants to marry Tiamat now.
Well, watch the finale of the entire series to figure out whether or not Mitsuo got to marry Tiamat, the Dragon Queen.
And
is my internet connection okay now?
It's
better now.
Wonderful.
Better now, yeah.
All right. Yes, I posted a link to my link tree. Check me out on the socials. And I also posted a link to my lovely partner. Go follow her on Twitch. She was playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom today. That is a hard game. I've spent a lot of afternoons.
It as a kid.
It's rehydrated. It's the remake version for the PlayStation.
I couldn't get past like level 2, but I was also like,
well,
8.
if you want some tips and or tricks, check out hi_Han on Twitch.
Nice.
Back to you.
Like I said, I'm Wayward Knight, aka Chris, and I'm your director for tonight and all of the other sessions, probably. Past and future director. I'm an artist. on the interwebs, and you can finally buy my art. It's in the link that I posted. Other than that, I also played Delilah Stillwater on our Saturday night game. That is just, you heard what happened to Sid. Delilah's a fucking mess right now, so we're good. Yeah, we're all good. Director Kevin is cracking up. Director? Producer.
You're the
I know
director.
things. I'm the director. I'm the director. I know things. I swear. Okay.
Look at me. I am the director now. Everybody, 500 experience.
All right. So, last session, we had to rewind to the night before, where Ye had a debilitating vision of Danny's corruption, transformation, turning into a vampire at the hands of the Ellises way back in the 50s. Then we skip back to the present night, where Cheryl and Ash met with Jack. They actually sat down at a diner and talked with Jack, and Ye eventually met up with them, and they learned some things about Jack, and they didn't learn some things about Jack. And then later, Julian messaged them to tell them that Estia's aunt would be stopping by that night, and he suggested that they treat the day normally until then. Ash got a call from her dad asking her to meet her dad's new girlfriend, Allison, at a restaurant. Ash did so, and them and Allison had a sort of, not a heart-to-heart, more like a casual interrogation on Ash's part.
A face-off?
A face-off is a good way of putting it. But Allison seemed sincere and everything, as much as, the dad's new girlfriend can seem sincere to the dad's daughter, who was always suspicious. And that evening, Eugenie, Estia's aunt, the professional slayer, highly experienced slayer, came to Julian's office, and before everyone else arrived, she had a conversation with Ash in which she bestowed some wisdom and also some whoop-ass. Then the rest of the gang showed up. They started to do some research and informed Eugenie of Danny's role in this whole conspiracy of sorts. She told them not to kill him just yet, but to keep her informed. Ash trained a little bit until they got too tired and passed out in the training room, and Julian covered them with a blanket, and that is where we left off. But here's what we're going to do, actually. It's been a couple days. These next few days are oddly quiet. You haven't heard from Danny. You haven't really heard from Eugenie either. Things have just sort of progressed normally, which is strange because the last 2 weeks have seemed a little hellish. So this weird reprieve almost feels suspicious, but you take advantage of it. Ash feels understandably somewhat embarrassed after their encounter with Eugenie in the training room, and they decide to spend their next few evenings training intensely, trying to replicate the things they saw Eugenie do and thinking about what she told them. And between classes and training and patrols each night, the signs of overwork become apparent, and by the weekend, Julian urges Ash to take the night off, saying he will send the others out with Eugenie. But across those 3 days, is there anything you guys would like to touch on? Yes.
I would like to go shopping.
Okay. What would you like to shop for?
I would like to get maybe not necessarily custom made because it is 3 days time, but I would like to get everybody's measurements and ensure that we're all outfitted with proper leather jackets with genuine leather.
Okay. So you find in the sort of upclass district, there is an atelier who can make they do bespoke they do make bespoke I'm a child leather jackets, but they can they do say that they can do sort of a generalized you know, mock-ups essentially based on just written measurements. And then in I would say day 2 they ask just for like approval on colors and things, and day 3 they hand over the tailored but not bespoke leather jackets.
All right. Yeah, I just want to. Cheryl is trying her best to make sure that the material that they pick is nice and resistant to fangs, to blood,
Yeah, so what
to
that does
stabbing.
mechanically, for those of you who don't know, is that gives you a 2 on your armor value. So you will subtract that from any damage you take, I believe it is. Or no, I wrote it down. I literally just looked at it today. It is not there. Yes, it's subtracted from the damage that you take.
All right. I know that Julian already has a tweed jacket, which has an equivalent
Yes,
armor
it does.
rating because Buffy.
Yep.
But I'm gonna make sure that I get myself, and Ash some nice leather jackets. They don't need to be matching necessarily. Maybe you could tell if you squint your eyes that they are complementary to one another, but they do genuinely have a nice kind of cut. Allows more variability for Ash if they're feeling a bit different depending on the day, depending on the fluidity. A bit more of kind of a taper for Cheryl's dress, and then for Jacob, it's definitely has a lot of versatility, a lot of different pockets, a lot of secret pockets on top of the regular pockets, as well as just kind of gives that yes, for his chopsticks and no other illicit materials. And just kind of looks incredibly comfy, like you could get thrown out of a window and land softly on it. It just looks very gorgeous. But how much would that run me?
Like minimum 100 a jacket.
Oh, absolutely. All right.
Depends, probably like 200 per, I would say.
I'll say 100 a jacket if we're saying, I don't know how much things cost.
I'm trying to think.
Cleveland.
A good leather jacket, not like a super name brand leather jacket, but like a decent
like a nice,
leather
sturdy,
jacket. Is at least $200.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like if you want a really protective jacket, like something as thick as like a motorcycle jacket that would actually like help you be protected, that shit's expensive. So like at least 200 each.
I forget that I'm Canadian. I'm thinking like, yeah, $400 easy. And you guys are like $200. I'm like, what the fuck kind of jacket are you getting?
All right, yeah, sure. We'll do 200 US freedom dollars for the three of us. So I will spend 600.
Okay.
All right, I will spend 600 US dollars.
Kick in if Cheryl will allow it.
Oh,
it's a whole lot of man to try and put leather over. He's a big dude.
Don't worry about it.
We're going to need a second cow.
Gonna make sure that I have that sorted, and maybe stop by a Catholic church and see if there's any holy water.
Okay.
That I could get access to.
You pull the Lost Boys and just run in with some squirt guns, just dip them in the baptismal font.
Okay, based on my memories of Catholic Church.
All right, perfect. Just commit. Don't look anything up.
There is usually a font in the front of the church. and then some dishes on the, at each of the side entrances of holy water that you can steal from as you choose. Or you can go directly to a priest and ask to get some water blessed.
So my understanding about vampires, are they allowed, if you could remind me on the Buffyverse rules, are they allowed to enter a holy site like a church?
As long as it's still consecrated, I think, because I know Spike and fucking them
Drew?
Drusilla.
Thank you.
Yep.
I knew she had a short name, I just couldn't remember what it was. They I do believe they hang out in a church at one point, but it's an old fucking rundown church.
Yeah.
So as long as it's still consecrated, they're not really.
They're not vibing. All right. Well, I would like to probably spend a nice early morning talking to a pastor and say that I have some friends that yeah. Do you want to RP this, or do
we
want
don't have
hand
to
wave?
we don't have to RP it. A priest, like, if a priest will bless water for you. It's pretty chill. Like,
All right.
my mom used to get
Oh.
holy water from the church to like give to my grandma who couldn't make it to church. So
Yeah. She'll probably check out the priest or the pastor and get a few vials of holy water if that's at all possible.
yeah, you can absolutely
And
do
then
that.
provide a small donation to this specific congregation, not a financial support of the Catholic Church as a whole, but this specific fictional location.
Yeah,
And
it goes to helping like maintain the building and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she'll probably put down $10.
Cool. He thanks you and wishes you a blessed day.
You know,
You
he
too.
would have just wheeled up one of those like sparklets, big, 20-gallon things. Just been like, I have real devout, family. Can you hook me up?
Do we see each other in the parking
Going
lot?
to a nursing home.
We probably would see each other in the parking lot because he doesn't know Cheryl's doing this, and he knows holy water is useful. He just hasn't really had a chance to,
I mean, yay, if you want to get holy water too.
Yeah, Ye's going for the whole like the big, like he
Oh,
doesn't really need
boy.
like a dolly for it, but he's like, I could really use
A water cooler's worth.
Like a
Well,
big like Absipure jug.
yeah, exactly, or sparklets, or
Mhm.
Nestle water, one of the
Ugh.
big ones that you tip over generally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big blue ones.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, the priest looks at you very strangely, very confused, but it's not his place to judge. And it's holy water, nothing really, you can't really do a lot of bad stuff with holy water. So he just, blesses it a little awkwardly and goes, have a blessed day.
If his
Thank
heart is
God, you
not in the
too.
if his heart is not in the blessing, will it work against vampires? We're about to find out.
No, his heart was in the blessing. He was just
Okay,
incredibly
good.
confused. His heart is
Just-
always in the blessing.
Just kick asking why. All right.
I mean, if the
Just keep
priest
asking why,
asks,
yep.
yeah, we'll tell him, I just picked up a property that has a kind of not great history, and I'd like to just sort of cleanse. Like, I don't believe in the whole smudge stick thing, but I figure holy water can.
Just like get
Do
one
the
of those
trick.
pump sprayers and just like
Yep.
spray down the walls.
Like the exterminator ones or what? Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys stock up on holy water and you distribute your leather jackets. Do you make any contact with Jack at all during these 3 days?
Ye doesn't. Ye is busy actually trying to track down any leads on that whatever is making vampires able to be out in the sun thing, because he hasn't forgot that he's not fully rid of Kip until they find this thing and give Kip the thing. And at this point, it's either give Kip the thing or lie about having the thing, and then see how Kip likes being drowned in a bucket of holy water.
You've got a lot of weird energy about you right now. Are you focused? Like, what are you currently working on? She's gonna ask. Yes, they're like leaving the church parking lot together.
I just got his holy water bottles. Well, I haven't forgot that Kip is still a thing. So I'm trying to figure out, see if I can find any leads on whatever Kip was looking for, because the last thing we need is Kip showing back up in the middle of all of this and going, I still don't have my thing. So
Is Kip a demon?
yes.
You know how I was Instagram messaging you about how Jack is very anti-demon.
Yeah, which is a whole thing we need to keep an
You
eye
know,
on too.
it's the evil that you know. Maybe we could try and suggest to Jack that we have a lead, and we try and figure out more of Jack's MO while getting rid of Kip. I personally, I don't have any wager against
Well, here's the thing.
against Kip, but
I don't think Jack could do much about Kip. That's not any shade. Well, okay, it might be a little bit of shade on Jack, but it's mostly not any shade on Jack. Kip is a demon, and Jack is a Mennonite who is for some reason is allowed to hold a gun. I'm still trying to figure that one out.
are you saying that
but-
there's inconsistencies with his story? I thought Mennonites were entitled to the Second Amendment.
They're entitled to the Second Amendment, but everything I've read up on Mennonites, because of course I read up on Mennonites, I'm not just going to take anybody's word for anything anymore. The enemy of my enemy
Please.
is my enemy's enemy and nothing more. That's an important thing to remember. But pretty much all Mennonites are pacifists. No violence. They don't like it. I mean, they're not quite to the Amish levels, but dude going easy rider out here on the orders of some sort of shadow Mennonite council. What?
When you put it all out like that, maybe there's some merit to it being a bit fantastical, but
like, I get that he saved your life and I'm willing to give him a chance, but right now, other than that, he is like, did we lose him? He got called out and vanished.
Is it good?
that's all right.
Can you hear me?
Kevin's gone too.
Yeah, we lost Kevin.
My
Oh, there's Kevin.
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
That's all right.
All right, you guys can hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. My camera froze.
Oh
Okay.
fuck.
Yeah, so
Yep.
we're good.
Anyway, yeah, I'm saying that, I'm willing to give him a chance. Okay, they're fixing that. I saw the cameras. I'm willing to give him a chance, but I don't. This is like a Swiss cheese story right here. There are just so many holes. I'm sure there's some reality, but I don't trust him. I don't trust Danny. I don't trust Kip. I don't trust Ash's new stepmom in training. I don't trust anybody new that has come into our lives except maybe Eugenie.
You don't even
Anybody-
know about Ash's stepmom in training.
Ash told us about the
She-
stepmom.
Oh
she
yeah,
told
Ash
us
did
about-
tell you. No, she did.
She told
You're
us
right.
about
Sorry.
her
I'm
personal
gonna
life.
shut up.
We're close.
Yeah, we're close.
Um,
Yeah, she might be a succubus. I don't know. Maybe we should throw some holy water on her too. But Eugenie, I kind of trust, but she also has the air of somebody who's not sure they have anything to live for anymore. And a Slayer deciding fully that they don't have anything to live for now is a nuclear option. So
I think maybe we should force someone's hand there. If we have 3 or 4 gigantic unknowns, we either need to figure out which one of them are known quantities, or we need to get rid of the complication. Like, I'm not entirely sure that it's best for us to have so many free floating variables that can scare us to death.
yeah, no, I agree. The sad thing is Kip is like the most solid one out of them all, because we know Kip is Kip. Kip is straight up Kip, 100% Kip, and I can always trust Kip to be Kip. So he, despite
Say
being
Kip one more time.
Kip,
Fucking goddamn it. Yay.
so
Oh.
despite the fact that he's very high on my list of people I would like to, introduce to the paintings of Hieronymus Bosch, in a very intimate and direct way. He was a Dutch impressionist. He was really big into fantastical scenes of hell and torment and kind of the Inquisition and stuff. So I'm talking about doing things to Kip that would make that guy shit his britches. Despite the fact that I would like to do that, he's not really actually my biggest worry right now. Kip at most would show up and make our coffee suck again or something. Jack could get us killed. Danny could get us killed. And I still very much want to stake the fuck out of him. Eugenie could fucking get us killed at this point. I agree we need to take care of some variables, but I don't know which ones or how. I'm not a planner. I'm not stupid, but I'm not on your level when it comes to planning and figuring things out, Cheryl. I wasn't on Estes level.
I don't really know if it's about levels. It's just about different sets of skills. We're not. The issue that we have, and don't tell anyone that I told you this, but the issue with capitalism is that we always ensure that that we're all, for some reason, have to be put on the same metric and the same measuring device. When we're not all fucking ruler. We're designed to do different things, or we like to do different things. That's just existence. But we need to decide which one of these 3 or 4 variables is of most use and least danger. So maybe we could all put them all in the same location at once, see which one survives, which one doesn't.
Well,
again, we're pretty much guaranteeing that we're going to get Jack killed if we do that. So
yeah, Jack will try and kill Danny at the very least. And if Eugenia thinks that Danny is more useful, at the very least, she'll swat Jack down, and then he'll probably be like, how is she so strong? Is she a vampire? And I don't want to have that talk with anybody else right now. All right, so let's level set. Danny's not the biggest risk from Danny that I can think of is that he decides, despite all his hatred, to throw in with the freaking eugenicist vampire folks and decide, well, maybe they can fix this and I'll throw in with them and betray the group. Jack seems like if he doesn't know enough about our world, he could go off the deep end and start shooting and either accidentally shoot you. I think Ash and I would be, if not okay, at least not as inconvenienced by it, but it would still suck. Or he might shoot and piss off the wrong non-human being at the wrong time.
It seems as though he is strangely calm and tactical about all this supernatural hoopla. So
yeah, I don't really trust that either.
Him acting brash might not necessarily be our biggest concern. It might be that there's some machinations that we're unaware of.
It's possible. Eugenie, there really isn't anything we can do about. She's stronger than all of us put together. She's more experienced than all of us put together. And if she decided that we needed to stay in a room for a week while she did her thing, or she decided that, my being not entirely human is dangerous to the next Slayer, that could go wrong in all sorts of ways. And there's not really a solve for that one. So, but before we even do all that, I need to do something I have been neglecting, and that's to check in with you. Because, look, I know you've been under a lot of pressure. I know we all have, but you have seriously been the glue that has been keeping everything from flying apart. And that's not fair to you, and I want to know if you are okay.
I think so. I don't really think about things that way.
Well, if nothing else, I wanted you to know that I have seen it and seen you have to kind of suck it up for the betterment of the group, or to deal with Ash's sort of breakdown or deal with my breakdown. And I don't know if you've had your own quietly with, a pint of Ben and Jerry's sobbing in the shower, or if you're still all good. Like I don't know. But I once I could think rationally again, I started to worry about you. And so I just want you to know that I'm here for whatever that's worth.
A lot of these moments have been another piece of coal in this engine. So as long as I don't stop and think about how it's getting fueled or where we're going, 100%, I think I'll be all right. As long as there's something to do these last 3 days of. Oh, and she like grabs the leather jacket like out of her bag, or maybe at the side of her car that they walk to, and like brings out the leather jacket. It's like I've been trying to think about doing something like this for the longest time, but this is at the lowest priority on my list. Is to get something like this made to ensure that we're a little bit protected. But it's so much.
It is. And if you need to just vent for a little while, I'm willing to listen. I'm not a therapist, but like I said, there's not really therapists for people like us.
No, there's just other people, but I think I'm going to be able to pull through as long as something comes of it. As long as it's, I don't want to say resolved or fixed. I want to say change.
Yeah.
And if that change is us dying together trying to stop these fuckers, that's kind of good enough.
Yeah. I'd rather go out trying to make a difference.
If it turns out that that Jack shoots us in the back of the head as we're about to find the Holy Grail or some nonsense, that's at least an interesting story. Something happened. I just don't want nothing to come of it.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get you. I've been there where you try, nothing happens and nothing changes and it's terrible. I don't want that for you or for Ash or even for Julian. Probably Danny, but not anybody I like. Thank you for the coat. How much was it?
Oh, it wasn't much. I got some money from doing some things I'm not terribly proud of, so it was free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is decidedly unconvinced and not trying to hide it, but he will still shrug on the jacket, test out
Save
range
my
of
life one
movement.
more time, and then it's dirt cheap. How about that?
Perfect. And then he'll Jack, so what's your next move?
I found out the name of the company that was donating to these bastards' research back in the 50s or 60s. I was gonna look them up and see if we could do some snooping around. I wouldn't mind calling up Jack or trying to get him involved, but I kind of don't want him to know where our main objective is. I guess if it's just breaking into a facility, I already told him about all the.
Yeah, he knows about
eugenesis.
vampires at least and the eugenesis. So if we just let him know, hey, this is what we're trying to do to track down a lead. Well, if nothing else, he's probably more inconspicuous than I am.
I'll shoot him a text. Do you have any experience with breaking and entering?
You're muted.
You're muted.
It takes a couple of minutes before Jack responds. The first thing he says is, "I really hope that's not an accusation."
Yeah, and Cheryl waits for another message.
Again, another pause. You get, actually, you wouldn't get a notification. His phone's too old. After, another minute or so, you get, I know how to get in and out of places I'm not supposed to. Don't tell my pastor.
Cheryl automatically begins to type like a devil emoji, but just backs off. He goes, "All right, well, he says he's at least saying the things that he wants us to hear to get us to help him out. How about, what are you doing tonight? You want to try and get into this facility?"
I mean, I am definitely not the stealthiest creature that has ever walked this earth, but I'm definitely at least happy to be there to try to help out. If nothing else, I can, I don't know, throw somebody through a window and give everybody a chance to escape through said window.
Director, over the 3 days,
Mhm.
is there any Orville's? Is there an office building or a any sort of like industrial park? What is their presence in the area or in the city now?
So what you actually make me a perception computers roll. That's the word.
Perception computers. Ooh, that's a crit. Perception computers. That is 15
Okie doke.
for 4 success levels.
What you learn is that Orville was actually a like a biochem lab. They had a facility on the edge of town, but they went defunct in the 70s. But because of their location, it wasn't very ideal. No one actually like bought it up or anything. And it's kind of just sitting. It's up. It's like available for lease, but no one has snapped it up.
It's been an abandoned laboratory for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's amazing. All right.
Oh, that's gonna be so full of hobo pee.
Honestly, that
So
might be
much
a great location for vampires to be. Let's get the city plans out, and we'll let's set a time. We'll get see if Jack is available tonight, and we'll meet a half hour, I don't know, a couple miles east or west of this location, meet up, and then go out to this defunct location. But before that, we can get I forget the zoning laws map of the area, and we can try and do the find demon detection spell on that map that we get printed out.
Oh, yeah.
Get an
Yeah.
idea of what we're looking for.
Okay, so at the end of that's the end of the 3 days. It's now Saturday. And you have the entire day to do what you will, but you do get a message, all of you, not Jack, but
I'm not in the
Yay.
group chat.
Yay and Cheryl and Ash, but basically Julian is saying, Ash won't be able to patrol tonight. I'm having Eugenie go with you.
There's no way that went poorly.
Well, all right. Hey, period. That's what Cheryl responds with. Still gonna get a printout of the land, give or take. say
Yeah.
just like
You
the
have
the
to visit
space.
Esteban, the printer guy, again.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'll go. I had another weird request. I need another massive canvas printout. It's a part of my um forgotten parts of the city project that I have for my literature class.
Hey, I don't
Would you mind?
judge. No,
That's just so Esteban, isn't it?
I mean, my friends say I'm pretty chill.
You are pretty chill. Speaking as one of your friends, and she's gonna like elbow him.
He looks like he's trying not to blush. And he goes over to the large format printer, asks for the file, and just runs the print for you.
Wicked.
So you have
Cool.
that print. I think you did that in the morning. So, because I think Julian texted you guys in the morning, telling you about, Ash kind of broke down a little bit. So let's say it's like 11 o'clock or noonish. What you got?
Yay, if you could give me a hand setting up this demon detection ritual
Of
with
course.
Julian. That would be great. And then we'll make sure that one of us has our phones out to take a picture of the location of all the demons. Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a roll for that spell.
Yes, which is willpower plus occultism plus sorcery.
Correct. Okay.
That is a 17.
Hooah!
How
Which
many
is
success level or how
5
many
success levels,
is that?
and it is a power level 4 spell.
Okay. So you get what you ask for of it. It lights up with all of the different colors of different demons. You see, because it's in like the outskirts of town in an abandoned area, there is a large concentration of the red glowing dots that to indicate vampires. So you are headed into a very vampy area.
We're going into Vampire Nest. Like I'm essentially like looking at the more or less just the property like outline. So imagine that we're a Modern Warfare 2 and I've just clicked on UAV. So I hopefully have enough resolution to be like, oh wow, I can count the number of vampires in here. That's
Oh, you can
ultimately
count
what
yeah.
Cheryl's doing,
So
but it's a nest.
it is it's part of a chain of nests. So you only see 3 vampires in the building at the moment, but there's no guarantee that there won't be more when you get there.
Well, it's daytime. So if we arrive during the day, in theory, is there along any of the outlines, do I see any red dots of what would be like natural ground? Is there any indication of tunnels? Like, is there like just a spot in the middle of the desert? I guess maybe not desert, but
No.
area. Cleveland-like area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the great deserts of Ohio.
The great deserts of Ohio.
Wasteland, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. While they were doing all this, Ye is just going to quickly hop on his phone and he's going to order from Home Depot one of those pest or like a weed killer spraying, like the tanks, the nozzles and such.
God, yeah.
Good. You strap it to your back like an exterminator.
Exactly. Looks like we got an infestation here.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. I'm going to need you guys to kind of finalize your plans then.
All right. This is what Cheryl suggests, is that an hour and a half before sunset, we meet up with Jack like 5 minutes down the road. Give him that time and location. Pick him up. Get to the location, hopefully with an hour to spare. We have an idea of the number of vamps in the area. So try and neutralize all those. And then we search the facility for any incriminating documents or information, or see if there's like any active laboratory type stuff in that facility. All while gaining Jack's trust. And hopefully
Right,
having Eugenia
Jack's
not
the
kill
one
him.
who needs to trust you.
And Eugenia's there, I guess, because now she wants to hang out. So she hopefully.
It wasn't Eugenia's idea, but she understands the value of it.
Yeah.
You get a text in the affirmative that Jack will be there. He's like, yeah, I can get the other youth pastor to cover for me tonight. I'll be there.
Immediately looking up the local church, Mennonite church.
The church that you find two churches. One's way the fuck downtown, and the
Mhm.
other one's in a residential area.
Okay. Just takes a deep note of that.
Yeah, he'll just go with Cheryl stop and pick up his sprayer, and then when they get where they're gonna meet Jack, he'll take a minute to, get his ginormous thing of holy water out and carefully pour some into the tank. I mean, he probably not having Jack.
Make me a dexterity doubled roll.
Would that
Yeah, am
hurt
I
him?
around for this? Or are we doing this on the side of the road? That's very Buffett. It's to be like on the side of the highway trying to
I
pull
feel
some.
like because you said you already met up at the location.
Yeah, you said
So
he was waiting till he got to the location, and then he was
I
just
think
gonna...
you've got it in the back of the trunk, and you're
Okay.
trying to pour from one jug to the other.
Yep. Now with the 7 strength, you can lift cars, so hopefully the weight won't be too much. But let's see, his dexterity is still pretty decent, so dexterity doubled. So 17.
Yeah, you get it, and you don't even need a funnel.
Oh my lord. Is Jack watching this?
How does that
You-
affect a half
It
demon?
feels like, so you know how carbonation
Cinnamon.
like burns a little bit. It feels like something so carbonated that it's like just
Tonic water.
like kind of uncomfortable.
Pop
But it's
rocks.
not.
Yeah, you have tonic water and pop rocks.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Whew, that was the holiest burp I think that has ever been made. All right.
I think around this time, this is when Jack sort of pulls up. It's like, I heard that under the helmet.
Well, it was a bit of an experiment, and it turns out it's not as bad as I thought it would be.
That's not
Eugenie
moonshine,
also.
is it?
No, holy water. Can you use Catholic holy water? Is there like a brand thing?
He just thinks it was like, I don't think so. I mean, Catholics didn't like us all that much, but
All right, well, if you've got something you want to put some holy water in, he's got the whole giant water jug. I got a priest to to bless
he
it.
thinks.
So
Yeah.
Sort of
Eugenie
reaching-
also
he's like-
rides up on a motorcycle.
Of course she does. What type of motorcycle is it?
An actual motorcycle, not an enduro dirt bike.
Yeah, it's an actual
So
motorcycle.
like
It's not one
is
of
it like
those.
ninja?
It's like a God, all I know
Hog or
is like
street bike?
the silhouettes, not a hog.
Street bike.
Street bike. Kind of like the way I describe it is like if
Like a
you
Ducati?
crossed like the old like an old Indian with like the kind that the bad boy in high school would ride. Kind of like that.
Okay. vague idea of what kind of motorcycle it looks like.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen American Pickers and you see when they find old Indian motorcycles, Indian brand motorcycles, it's one of those basically, but like modernized.
She's not even wearing a helmet.
Okay.
That's just incredibly unsafe.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's-
terribly safe, but
Yeah, it's a
I didn't tell you if she was wearing a helmet or not.
well, it's too late to take it back now.
Collaborative storytelling.
Okay, fine. Just
Hmm.
further jeopardize my characters. It's fine.
Jack's trying not to look jealous.
She knows he is though.
Well, this I suppose we should do some introductions. This is one of our friends that's a little bit older than us. Meet Jack. Jack, this is Eugenia. And we would have checked with her if we could use her first name. That's okay.
She takes her regular like cross arm stance and just goes, Eugenie. No way.
Jack Aldridge. You look kind of familiar.
How so?
He thinks, puts his hand on his hip. The girl that went missing. And he points to Jacob and
Yeah.
Cheryl. Your friend, right? Or am I just crazy?
Does that seem like a really forced thing that he's saying right now? Can I sense motive that? Or is it
You guys said
visually
that
striking?
Eugenie does look like Estia. Except
Eugenie
Yeah,
looks all like
Okay.
an older Estia.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is
Like
yeah,
like uncanny
Okay.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
This is Estia's aunt. She's helping us out to try and clear up this continually deeper conspiracy.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Jack is a Mennonite Army Ranger,
Former.
former.
You see her like raise an eyebrow, but she doesn't say anything.
He knows about vampires, and he knows. Hopefully, did you get a crossbow or anything, my dude?
I'm working on wooden bullets. I'm not so good with a crossbow.
Is
Wow.
that
How are you with a hand crossbow?
How's the kick?
A little bit.
I'm sure I'll get used to it.
She opens up the relatively small like hatch on the back of her bike and just pulls out a handful of stakes and a hand crossbow and some bolts, and she hands the hand crossbow and the bolts to Jack, and then she tosses a stake to each of you, Cheryl and Ye.
Ye grabs it, puts it in a pocket. Of course, flashing his several sets of P.F. Chang's sharpened chopsticks, and then slings his holy water spray bottle thing,
oh,
or spray backpack on, and he's like, "All right, well, let's go clean out this infestation."
I suppose I do have a point of order. If someone who is proficient in gun fu, were to pick up a hand crossbow, is there some sort of translation? Can I use gun fu on a hand crossbow? Will Jack be able to use such, or is that
It's
getting
either
medieval?
Yeah,
It's technically getting medieval, but like now that I think about it, like I don't know why there wouldn't be any transfer. So I
Okay.
would say because it's not specifically a gun and there's significantly less kick, it does somewhat affect aiming and you're not used to that. So I would put like a -1 penalty on it.
All right.
my getting medieval and gun fu are the same anyways, so
Could
probably-
I have snagged a hand crossbow from Julian's office this morning though with that piece of information in mind?
What did you snag from Julian's office?
Could I grab a hand crossbow with his consent, of course,
Oh,
for this
yeah.
mission? Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, if you couldn't grab one from Julian, Ye has one and a standard crossbow in his trunk
Oh,
where the
we
spare should be. He keeps the spare part closed a lot. You know, he's got a baseball bat and a baseball glove and a baseball. Two of the three items curiously unused, but still enough plausible deniability to give him a reason for having a bat in his trunk.
Got some weird red staining on it, but that's just paint.
It's mahogany. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's mahogany in those parts.
Yeah, it's a
Mahogany.
composite bat.
But he's gonna leave the. Oh, good.
I take out my tablet and bring up the image that we took, the picture of the property, all the lines of the blueprints, more or less, of what the building looks like and where the vampires we believe are there, are in which location, which room. Now, these three likely might have moved, but since it's been daylight since we've done this spell and it's still daylight out now, very unlikely that there's more than three present at the area right now. So if we get in, take care of these three, and then get out before sunset, and I think that we have a good chance. If we end up being there for too long, they might be able to get reinforcements.
Well, daylight's burning. Do we see is on the thing? Does it seem like there's a good point of egress that's not like facing the road where it would be very obvious that people are trying to break in?
Did you say you met at the building or like a little bit away from the
A little
building?
bit away
like
from the
5
building.
minutes down.
Okay. So it takes you like 5 minutes walk or 5 minutes drive.
5 minutes. Oh, that's a good question.
Probably walk.
Is it a wooded
since-
area?
It's more like a overgrown area, but not necessarily by trees.
Okay.
A lot of bracken.
5 minute
and-
drive if we can see it. Normally 5 minute walk if it's like conspicuous enough. Like if it's
It's not concealed by brush or anything, so you can see it. So it takes you we'll call it 15 minutes to walk the 5 minute drive.
Sure.
And you get to this dilapidated, overgrown, rundown laboratory building. You can see the marks where the sign was taken down, and there were the faded areas and the bright areas, but then now it's just all faded. There's rust streaks coming down from the roof and paint peeling off the walls, plaster peeling off of things. Some of the windows are already broken and boarded up. Some of them are broken, but they haven't been addressed yet, but they're not fully broken, so you couldn't climb through them. Any windows that were broken enough to be gone through have been boarded up, but there are ground level windows around most of the sides.
He's going to take a moment to look around and see if he notices any security cameras, not just on the building, but on surrounding buildings that might have them in view.
Make me a perception notice check.
I think Jack would do that too, just by habit.
Okay, do that. Make the same roll.
15.
15.
The dice are hot.
Okay. Jack, did you roll yet?
15.
Okay. Yeah. Half of them have had their wires cut because it's a high crime area and people don't want to be seen. The other half have been their lenses have been shot out. This is not a good area.
Okay, well then.
So another group or some of them are just clearly cosmetic to try and deter crime, but it's not working.
Yeah. Oh, you's gonna start wandering around the building towards the back, looking for any way that seems like it might be a good way in.
Jack would do the same from the opposite direction. So Ye's on
Okay.
one side of the building, Jack's on the other.
Both of you make me another perception. Actually, make me a perception crime roll.
Does Eugenie
Oh.
go anywhere in particular? Does she follow either of them?
Eugenie's gonna follow Jack.
I'll
'Cause
follow Ye.
He's the one she trusts the least.
Okay.
10 is a crit, right?
A
On the
10 is
die?
you don't get any like bonuses for critting.
Okay, I'm just wondering.
It's
you
just the
feel
highest
good.
you can. It's
Just
the
makes you
highest
feel
can
good.
get.
Stop
Yeah,
copying me, Bison.
16.
Yeah, if it's perception doubled, if I don't have any crime, 16. If it's just perception, 13.
Perception, crime,
Um,
14 for me.
Okay, so it's actually Jack who realizes. Well, both of you notice as you're sussing out these windows that they've been boarded up from the inside. But one of them actually on Jack's side, Jack, you notice that this window has been boarded up from the outside. And if you stuck something kind of in between the wood and the wall, you could probably pry it off.
Okay, he makes note of that. Does not approach the window. Like he gets close enough that he can like make an assessment on the boards, but he doesn't like if the window's like this, Jack's over here watching stuff, and then
Okay.
he doesn't cross the window. He goes around back and makes sure that there's nobody watching.
Okay. Eugenie will follow you at a distance.
Okay. I have situational awareness. Would I notice her?
Oh yeah, she's not trying to hide or anything.
Cheryl will ask Ye quietly and just go, do vampires sleep like during the day? Or are they just hanging out? Like, how much noise can we make?
Yeah, it really depends. Some of them sleep, some of them don't. If we make too much noise, they're not coffin bound like the shows make out where they've got to sleep on their native earth or the soil where they died or anything. That would be way too convenient for all of us. So we have to treat it like any other place where there may be people awake or asleep and too much noise is going to bring somebody curious along.
Do we see anything on our circling?
If you go around to where Jack was,
That's the only one that we see.
Yeah, it's the only one you see.
I mean, it's like chains on the back doors or something.
Chains on the back doors, chains on the front doors.
All right. Well, then we'll meet back up with Jack and Eugenie. Be like the only spot we saw involved tearing chains off of doors, which I can do, but that might be a little noisy.
He's like, Jack's response was, if we go to the window on the northeast side, one of them is boarded up on the outside, we might be able to break it open and get in that way. No hostiles detected. I do not believe I was seen.
Interesting. Eugenie, do you agree with that assessment?
Got some eagle eyes. Spotted what I saw.
Okay. Well then, let's go take a look. When we get to the window, does it look like something Ye could fit through?
Yeah, they're decent sized windows.
Okay, just making sure, because I was like, if this is one of those little bathroom windows or something, he's just gonna wait until somebody calls him because thinking thin can only do so much.
No, they're like
So we-
like a house size window, kind of,
Okay.
maybe a little bigger.
Still a little uncomfortable. He might have to unstrap his pack, put it inside, fall
Yeah,
through, and then
probably.
restrap. But
Yeah.
all right.
So
well,
everybody make me a dexterity crime roll. As Eugenie basically finds a branch and pries this wood off of the window.
Are they? So they're definitely hammered in.
They're hammered in, but like the nails look kind of rusty.
I got an 11.
I like to wiggle the wood, with my telekinesis.
Okay, make me a telekinesis roll.
9. So if he makes it through, he barely makes it through. He's like, look out! I'm too big for this shit.
That is 17.
Okay, you between you and Eugenie, she provides leverage as you wiggle it so that it stays like separated, and then you wiggle it more and more until it basically comes loose, and then I think you catch it with your telekinesis so it doesn't make any sound as it falls.
And then I believe Ye has volunteered himself to be the first one in. If I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah. Unless
So
somebody else
Ye,
decides.
you I mean, yeah, if anyone else want to go? Honestly, if you guys take too long, Eugenie will just go in.
Oh, Ye's going as soon as the things are out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
same.
Ye, you you try to get in, and you get in, but there are some like broken glass edges or like shards left on the edges, and they rip up your shirt and your jeans a little bit. And make me a perception notice check.
Uh, 16.
You hear a little trickle on the floor, and the hose of your pump has been punctured.
Buckets. Dig through the pockets. Electrical tape. I don't know if it's good for water, but it's what I got. He's gonna kind of stay on the side and
Okay. Make me a dexterity
Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It roll.
why do you keep asking me to do things I got no skill in?
You keep doing stuff.
You keep doing stuff you don't have skills in.
Well, yeah. No, that's not going well. That's with my dexterity and absolute lack of any Mr. Fix-It, that's a whopping 7.
Yeah, the water's coming out pretty fast, and the tape just can't get any stick.
Can I take out a piece of gum out of my mouth and plug the hole? Just just jump into the window. Try to slyly, quietly get into the window.
What
and
did
use
what did you roll? What did you roll for your crime?
for my
roll?
crime dexterity? I did my telekinesis. Can I Jean Grey
You still gotta
jump through the
climb
window?
through. You still then make me a dexterity acrobatics.
All right, I will try and Jean Grey roll through the window of just like that for some reason I hit the ground slower than I should. Dex acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Jack
that is a
watching
12.
you float down.
A 12? Okay. You manage not to get nicked by the glass, but you hit your knees a little harder than you would have liked on the ground. You kind of like you slow yourself down, but then you
The last 3 feet.
like the last 3 inches you underestimate the timing, and you like bash your knees on the landing a little bit.
It's the highest it can roll. Okay. All right. Oh. Yeah, definitely it looks like she just kind of like jumped, tucked her body in to the room to land. and didn't do that. Didn't affect her fall very much. I think. I
Hey,
don't know
you
if
don't
it
need,
actually
at
looked
least you
that
don't
cool.
take fall damage.
Yes, but didn't look as cool as she wanted, and she's gonna try and kind of just
Try and
slap
recover.
some gum on the side of it and tape it up.
Make me a
Okay.
Mr. Fix It, dexterity Mr. Fix It.
Mrs. Fix
Yeah.
It.
Can I intelligence mixer fix it? Because I'm using my intellect.
No, you're using your hands.
Of course, that is a 2. So I fucking rip the hose out of the socket and like accidentally like deplug it.
You just like fuck, it just turns the thing sideways. So now he's just kind of carrying the backpack.
Yeah, just
Try not
just
to shit
invert
more
it.
water.
Invert
just-
it. If I cut one of these links, I
just
can redo the
Fucking
seal.
bought this thing. No, he's
As Jack's like commando creeping past them, it's like, I thought you guys were supposed to be good at this.
What did you
got
get,
through
an
the
11?
window? What'd you roll?
I rolled an 11.
You
didn't
got
do
through the
much
window,
better.
but like
Director, tell him how he scrapes his knees, please.
Let's see.
This is a collective fuck up.
Ye's all scraped and scratched. Cheryl's bruised. I think you make it in, but you step on some broken glass on the inside and you trip. And that makes sound.
No.
I'm sure Eugenie just like drops down silently without
Could
a
I
hair out of
make a?
place.
Could I change that event?
It already
Could
happened.
I? No, I mean like I know he trips. Can I change what he falls onto using a drama
A
point?
drama point.
Yes, I would love.
Technically, yes.
I would love to have it instead that he falls onto a victim
Falls into Yay.
of the vampire nest. Some human
Oh.
victim that has passed away that actually has a lot of relevant information to our investigation. Because that is
Okay.
a literal thing that you can do in this game, is you can
It
say,
is.
I've
It
discovered a clue,
is.
so just have it be that he trips and the camera follows him to some dead body
Okay, let me
that
just
has
a second.
that has good information for us.
9 plus 24.
Yeah. Jack gets through all right, fine, but he trips on the person on the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we hadn't
Yeah,
even noticed yet.
Eugenie straight up like somersaults, like she jumps through the window and then somersaults on the ground and does like a perp stand up landing.
How much did she roll?
Double. You can tell
He
it's
rolled a
stunt double.
24.
She rolled a 20. What?
Slayer. Elder Slayer.
You're not being
Yeah, except you can still tell it was a stunt double because they changed the camera
conspicuous.
angle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
do
say
it right.
you say you're not being conspicuous, and then she goes, "Yeah, but I was silent."
that's fair. Do the rest of us notice the body too?
Be like-
Yeah, actually, Eugenie will go to Jack and be like, "Well, you had a soft landing at least. What's this guy?" And then she will actually walk around. First obvious place she looks is the neck, and she's like, "Yep, vamp dinner."
Is he likely to rise again?
She, without flinching or hesitating, picks up the head and opens the jaw, looking for like traces of blood, and she goes, "Nope."
Oh, okay. Well, just in case he's getting changed.
After Ye's done, Jack flips the body over and looks for wallet. Doesn't seem to be phased by the fact that it's a body.
I'd like
Understandably, you
to
were in the
aid
war.
this search of this person's body for any relevant information with Jack.
Okay, perception notice.
Both of us?
Yes.
Ye's gonna stand like Ye's actually gonna look around. What the fuck did we end up in? Because it seems like we all just like fell into a pile of problems and we haven't really checked out the room itself. So what's
Yay, make me a perception notice check.
I'm not perception noticing
Roll.
a room. I can see the room. No, just kidding. 14.
Cheryl?
I got a 9, so I'll only add 1 success level to this.
Okay. I think 12 is 2.
Perception
Yeah.
notice the sun.
So- Perception notice your mom.
My mom is a saint.
Yeah, we noticed.
Cheryl and Jack, you find this this guy's wallet, and in it is it's basically an ID card that shows that he weirdly works for another chemical company. I mean,
What's the name of the
I was
company?
gonna say cleanup or cleanup or poaching. Like, were they here to clean up the place, or are they, taking shit?
he's actually, so he is surrounded by, amongst the broken glass, you can see that there were like beakers and other different like chem supplies that it kind of looked like he was collecting. So he may have been poaching to see if he could like, get on the good side of his boss or something like that. Something stupid. Like he's young. He's like trying to work his way up the ladder.
Says that this Jesse Pinkman was trying to works for this other
This Heisenberg.
chemical supply company.
Yeah.
What's the name of this other company?
Perception notice to know the name of the
Nope.
company.
Chemicals.
Let's call it Holmes Chemical Company.
Holmes.
Holmes.
H.H.
Like-
Holmes.
Like HH.
Or Sherlock, yeah.
I'm
Um,
a woman in her early 20s. I'm gonna think about serial killers first. Thank you very much.
How
All
many
right.
how many true crime podcasts do you listen to, Cheryl?
Oh, more than Eddie does, so at least 3 or 4. I absolutely listen to True Crime, True North, Morbid.
Yeah, Jack takes the employee card and I think the driver's license.
Okay.
Is there money in the wallet?
No.
Okay.
What
Is
about Subway
there-
stamps?
What about what?
Subway stamps.
Subway
They'd be
stamps.
expired, but if he's still
No.
wearing a wallet,
How
there's
many
probably
free
Subways.
Slurpees is he gonna get from 7-Eleven?
Okay, so you guys, yay, with your sort of look around the room, you've actually landed in, it's like a cross between it's the back room of, the word I'm looking for is receptionist area. There we go. You can see through an open door that there's like the reception area and then like a back room, and then there's like this back room, and you've landed in there, and there are that's kind of how you get to the rest of the lab. So it's basically like a hallway and then a room, another room, hallway, and the lab. And they're kind of in like a square. It is kind of like, it's a bit of an open plan, so you can kind of see through a window that is like a courtyard in the middle of the square, and then like across to the lab. So this guy had clearly gone to the lab and then back around, trying to like figure out where he was going.
And was he taking any notes as well, or is there
Now he's just poaching supplies.
just poaching physical like Pyrex dishes? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it look like he
you
was?
are in a room full of filing cabinets, though.
Does it look like he was killed
Ooh.
here or like dragged here and left?
It looks like he was killed here, like instantaneously bled
Drained
dry
and
and
dumped.
left, drained and dumped. Yeah.
Well, before we start digging through papers, we should probably make sure we don't have any unwanted, well, I'd say visitors, but technically I suppose this is their home, so any annoyed homeowners sneaking up on us.
If you think about space travel, we'd be the aliens.
Called squatters.
How are you guys? So imagine you're in a square room. How are you guys sort of arranged in this room?
How many doors are there to this room?
So there's a door. If this is the square here,
We perhaps
got-
draw it on the map. On the
Yeah, you know what, that's
roll
better.
20 map.
that's better.
A
Cheryl is
use the
going to
VTT.
be
Where's
next
the
to
shape
the
tool? Draw shape.
she's going to be
There's
next
the
to
room.
the file cabinet
There's-
that has any papers.
There's the window.
All right.
Door. Filing cabinets.
Okay. Oh. Which one of these doors looks like it leads to more of the area?
This is the door that goes to the reception area, and this is the door that leads around into the hallway that goes further in.
He'll be by the door that leads further in.
Okay. Oh.
Jack is securing an exit, so he is peeking into this room.
Okay.
Kind of like, is that door closed or is it like slightly ajar?
They're all like wide open because this place has
Okay.
been looted and gutted and
Okay, so it's not so much a door as it is like an entryway.
yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah, Jack's kind of like peeking into the lobby, kind of just checking to see.
Okay, and
what we
Eugenie
can
is
do.
like in this corner over here. Eugenie actually goes, everybody shut up. And she takes off down the hallway. And then you hear a fist hit a face and a body hit a wall. And everybody, you see what you see is one vampire coming from where the door that Jack is near, and then one coming from the door that Ye is near.
The second that guy comes through the door, I'm putting a bullet in his chest.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because he's kind of, the idea is, the RTS term is Overwatch.
Yep.
So what are you guys? Okay, so these vampires have entered the room, or they're entering the room. What do you guys do? I know we have what Jack's gonna do.
Ye's gonna block the door, and since he brought this thing the whole fucking way and the hose is torn off because Cheryl is somehow less mechanically inclined than he is, he's just gonna kind of turn it this way, squeeze it really hard to just blast as much holy water out of the hole as he can, just as super soakery as possible. Just
With his strength, it would be. Like
he might flatten it, but fuck it, this thing is broken anyway, and he just bought it. But
is the vampire lurching towards either myself or Jack?
The vampire was going for Jack, but Jack put a bullet in it. So, Jack, make me an attack with your gun. And Ye.
It's with the crossbow.
Or sorry, the crossbow. I remember things.
Dex medieval?
Yeah, Dex medieval.
Yes.
That is a crit. So
Oh,
Yay, make
14.
me a
14, eh?
14, unless there's more than I get more for critting in combat.
Okay. No, I'm just writing down for any
Yeah.
PvP that we have.
yay, make me just like a strength doubled.
Strength doubled. All right. That's good for you. That's base 14. $24.
Okay,
Not quite a crit.
so this vampire lunges for Jack, and Jack immediately goes to trigger his crossbow. The vampire manages. I'm sorry. What did you
14.
roll again? 14. So
3 successes.
the vampire looks like it is going to. Actually, I did that wrong. No, I didn't. The vampire looks like it's gonna lunge out of the way, but it just nicks its shoulder, and it looks at the wound that is not bleeding because it's a vampire. Duh. But it still hurts, and then it looks at you with this rage in its eyes. Yay, you crush this tank of holy water in your hands. It starts to like collapse and break under the force of your fingers, and this holy water shoots out at this vampire and douses it. It starts to like steam and scream in agony, and it stumbles backward. And Eugenie is gonna make a roll, actually. So I have her stuff up right here. Where is it?
Oh, the vampire took, I think it's 12 damage for a hand crossbow.
12 damage for a
Yeah.
hand
And
crossbow.
plus
Thank
success
you.
levels.
Yeah.
Plus success
Yeah,
level,
plus
I think.
success levels.
Okay, so 15, I guess.
Okay. It's time to get the calculator out for basic math.
Is a hand crossbow is a pistol crossbow in the book? I believe it's
I
10
think so. I think
plus
so.
plus success
Is
level.
it 10? Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was just looking at my Glock and just going, oh, it's going to be a little bit less than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, 12 is what I have on the Glock, so 10,
minus
and then
12.
13.
Okay. Oh, minus
Yeah.
another. Whoops. Minus another 1. Okay. Cool. And yay, your foe is stunned.
First good shower he's had in months.
Is there any benefit to shooting a stunned creature that's stationary in the
It
Buffy?
would mean that it cannot make a dodge action.
I'll shoot the one that's stunned with my pistol crossbow.
Okay. So yeah. You hear another like whap thud from Eugenie down the hallway, who is fighting this just menacing looking vampire who honestly looks a lot stronger than the ones that you're fighting. He looks to be the leader of these two, and she is whooping its ass. Cheryl, you said you're shooting the
Yeah, I'll roll a total of 6, so it goes wide.
It does. It goes way wide, and the vampire begins to, shake itself off and recover. What do you guys do next?
I'm
Do the
gonna try
vampires
stake
get
this
to go?
jackass.
The vampire. Oh yeah, the
Shut up. No, just kidding.
Jack's vampire is pissed and going after Jack again. And Ye's vampire is sort of like clearing its vision, wafting the
melting?
smoke away, and just like breaking out in like a rash basically. And he's
Just has eczema
it's-
now. for the rest
It's
rest of its life.
He went from a vampire to a Fallout ghoul.
I thought it did
It's
like
very-
acid
Hey there,
burn like
smooth
damage.
skin.
very upset. So it's going to lunge at you as well. So I need you guys to decide what you guys are gonna do.
I'm going to try and dodge.
Yep.
Okay. Make a dodge. Are both of you trying to dodge?
I mean, we can dodge it. I don't remember. Do I give up my next like attack action to dodge or anything, or is it just
No.
kind of a thing?
It's just
Okay.
once
get-
per round.
You get one dodge per turn or round.
Okay. What's the dodge roll?
Run. The dodge is
Dex acrobatics.
100,000 miles on it. Dodge is either Dex acrobatics or Dex getting medieval or Dex kung fu. I'm gonna say because you could use any of those. I would say either Dex acrobatics or Dex kung fu.
It's gonna be kung fu because 6 foot something, stoner giant, yay. Just for some reason, he just never really got into gymnastics. It wasn't a thing. So
Jack gets an 11.
Jack gets an 11. Okay, so yeah, Jack, you actually end up grappled by this vampire. So you are held in place by this vampire as it attempts to bite you, which it's going to do next round if you don't break free. Or which it's going to try to do next round if you don't break free. Yay, you do end up dodging. Or sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled a 15.
Actually, it gets you too.
That's fine. If it wants to play the hugging game, Ye is much better at the hugging game than he is at the dodging
I think
game.
it's so upset that it runs at you and jumps on your back.
How does it get on my back? We're facing it in the doorway.
That's fair. Gets on your,
Sorry,
gets
that
on your
wasn't an
front.
imprecation at you. I was just like, he's coming at me in a doorway, and I just blasted him in the face with holy water. He can like try and hug me.
Oh, I know what he does. He like football tackles you like head into your chest.
Oh, that's not going to end well for him. But okay.
Mhm.
Cheryl, what's up with you?
So if it looks as though the vampire has a hold of Jack and is about to do the whole thing, get into his neck, Cheryl is going to fastball special a vial of holy water. She's going to use her telekinesis to throw it straight down that vampire's gullet if she can,
Okay.
because all vampires do the dramatic. So it's just a prime target for that.
Oops, hold on.
And I will make this I'll make it like because it's a combat move. This is me using telekinesis.
Okay, so you take your holy water, and you're shooting at Ye's vampire?
Jack's vampire that's
Jack's
currently about
Jack's
to bite him.
vampire. Oh, that's currently about to bite him. Okay. What did you?
I'll do telekinesis because I'm not actually throwing it. I'm just kind of directing it. I'm making it look like a throw.
Okay. Because you're trying to like be a little bit precise.
All
Just
right.
make me like a dex doubled.
A dex doubled. I cannot use any of my willpower or occultism for my telekinesis throw. Could I take a negative amount to this roll as opposed to doubling my dex? Because
Yes,
this is
actually, you know what?
Okay.
Yes. Take a
Called shot.
take a -1, yeah.
-1. All right, sounds
Yeah.
good. All right, so
You're
that
in
is
pretty close proximity.
17 -1, so 16.
So
Um,
16.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit your mark, and that vampire gets a gullet full of holy water, and
I love
so
that because I'm
whereas-
reading the rules right now. And holy water, when you douse, it says a bucket full, which I believe is what Ye did, is 10 points of damage.
Oh, good.
Um,
Okay.
A glass full, which I believe is what the vial would be. If you want, it can be a bucket full. Sorry, a splash as opposed to a glass full. But a glass full is 5 points. However, if it is ingested by a vampire, you multiply that by 20. So it is 100 points of damage. if it goes down that vampire's gullet, or it's 40 if it's only a splash worth of holy water.
Okay. Well, you had like a whole vial, you said, right?
Yeah, it's a vial, so
And you got
maybe that's a
you
glass
said
full.
16. That's 4 successes. That is because you're so close, like this isn't a huge room. You get your shot into the mouth of that vampire, and I'm gonna say it doesn't swallow all of it just because physically it's not entirely possible. But even if like it takes only 50 damage, it's you feel it sizzling, or you hear it sizzling from the inside out, and this thing just dissolves like onto Jack. It's a little gooey. It's kind of gross.
Cheryl's gonna act like she knew that would happen, and is gonna turn back to the situation with Ye and focus on what's happened in that aspect of the combat.
Jack remembers to close his mouth in time.
I have to go back to Eugenie for a second.
Okay.
Vampire. Wait, it's all the way up here. Oh yeah, okay.
Prize to
then...
dodge. Really? You sure? Just to try?
She's gonna do
Goddamn crit.
where is it? She's gonna try to do this actually.
Yeah, maybe he did get slammed, chat.
Oh my
Just
god. Okay, chat needs to know this. She rolled a 1, which means she only got 4 success levels.
Yeah.
But she tried to do it through the heart to take this vampire out. And because that increases the damage by like an ungodly amount in this system, she did 272 damage.
Of course.
That is what, fully 3 times what Ash has?
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, you
so
still got the one
exploded.
Yeah, this vampire basically like into like dust, but not even dust, just like I don't even think it gave
Like
the
if you hit a
vampire time
moth.
to become dust. It's just like shards of
It's like if you hit a moth with a baseball bat.
yeah, it's nasty. So you're left with the vampire that has tackled Ye, and this vampire is going to try to bite. Ye, make me a dodge.
Can I do a parry?
No, that's if
Or grapple?
you're there's a break free, I think. Hold on.
Oh yeah, there is a break free. It's double strength.
Yeah, so you can try to break free.
Okay, so let's do that.
Well, actually, the vampire needs its turn first, though. So
okay.
Actually, you're grappled, so it's going to. If you're grappled, then it's automatically going to hit. So you take 20 damage.
Isn't the grapple his action?
This is a new round, so it's his turn
Okay.
again.
I don't see that it says I can't dodge. It just says I'm at a minus. The attacker has to decide what part of the body to grab: limbs, the whole body, the neck. When grappled, the target is at -2 to actions that involve the grappled limb, or -1 to all actions if grappled around the body.
Okay, so you can try to do something. You're grappled around the body, so it's -1 to whatever you want to do.
Okay. I'm going to try and dodge in that I'm trying to do that like neck tuck thing, and I think
Okay, so make me another
Turtle
dodge.
mode.
all right. So that's dexterity plus going medieval or kung fu. Medieval, all right. 16.
That
No, sorry, 15 with the -1.
15 with a -1. You do not break free.
Well, that
And
wasn't the
it
break
is-
free. That was the attempt
or
to
the
not get
dodge.
bitten.
Sorry,
Yeah. Okay.
because you still you can't get your neck far enough away, and it sinks its teeth not as deep as it could have because you're craning your neck, but you feel the two fangs kind of puncture your neck a little bit, and you do take 20 damage.
Let's see. But I am naturally tough.
That only affects blunt damage.
Does it?
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you have a leather jacket now.
Yeah, so you take
So you take 18.
18. Okay. That's not bad. I'll get that back pretty quickly.
So this thing is tackling, has tackled Ye and gotten up and around and has sunken its teeth into Ye's neck.
means he's
Eugenie
an easy
actually,
target.
Yeah, he just looks annoyed. He's like, I'm not that kind of boy.
Eugenie runs in and actually she's gonna stop in the doorway. Actually, what do you guys do?
Oh,
Yak is pushing this melty brownie corpse off of him and full on leap stabbing for this vampire's heart.
Okay, so there's a yay between you and this vampire.
I thought he tackled
did he
him
tackle me to
ground.
the ground?
Yeah, so he'd
No.
be on top.
I said no. You're not tackled. Sorry, I'm imagining he like. I think tackle was the wrong word. But let's have it on the ground. Yeah, let's have you on the ground.
Okay.
So, make it more dramatic. Yeah. So you wanna go through the heart then?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
trying to finish this off.
Yeah.
best
So
you can.
that's
Dex medieval.
that's a stake. It's where's stake?
Do you mind
Dexterity
if
plus
I go ahead?
it's
Sorry.
dexterity plus getting medieval -3.
Okay. And I'm going to use a drama point for a +10. Or however that
Righteous
plus-
Fury.
Yeah. All right. Dex medieval. $18.
Okay. You basically, let's see. I have to remind myself here.
Base
Okay.
damage 16,
18.
multiplier 4.
Yeah. Well, against a vampire, it's 5. So,
Okay.
16 plus your success levels. How many success levels did you have?
5.
That-
So 21 times 5 is
Times 5.
105.
105. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And when
you,
biting, vampires get no defensive actions.
Yep.
Mhm.
When you
got him.
plunge this stake into this vampire's, basically its back, because it's on top of Ye.
Makes it easier to get to the heart because the sternum's not in the way.
Yeah. So you know with your military training approximately where the heart is, and you plunge this stake into this vampire. Ye, you feel a little bit of a poke as it goes all the way through the vampire's body, but it does not stick into you. This vampire screams out like "ah," but like louder and angrier, and then just and at a Ye, you are slowly sprinkled with dust.
Yeah, this is a familiar feeling. Normally I'm not bitten beforehand, but these things happen. He's gonna sit up, brush a little dust off, pull out some gauze and medical tape. Just kind of slap it on there like it's really not a big thing, and then get up and go, well, I really didn't think after getting acid to the face a vampire was going to be in any shape to try and tackle me, but we live and learn.
They gotta drink it, I think. That's
Oh no,
that's what happened with
it's like
mine.
acid in their face and skin, but this one apparently just got hives.
Yeah, Jack helps Jacob up, and he's like, "You okay?"
Yeah.
And then to Cheryl, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
Does not look to Eugenie and says, "I know you're fine."
Eugenie just nods. And she's standing against the wall with her arms crossed again, and she's like, "Good job, nice hustle."
I think the classic tools are just the better way to go, and he's going to toss the crumpled remains of the spray nozzle into a corner.
The super soaker will work once, I swear. We'll
Maybe
get
I'll
it.
just actually get an actual super soaker. This might have been a little too ambitious.
Jack's like, "I think I played that
So-
Super Nintendo game as a kid." Never mind.
Well,
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Good
Yep.
game.
That's the one.
I
Both
would suggest
so old.
we
look
get
around.
what we're looking for. Yeah.
Perfect. I think that I'm best suited in this room with financial statements and records of hopefully people who worked here. This is a receptionist's back office. Should have a lot of administrative type documentation.
You there are a section of filing drawers that are labeled like alphabetically. That you can probably guess might be referring to clients.
Ye's gonna go searching maybe the lab area. They neutralized the
gonna-
vampires they knew about, and he's kind of spoiling for an actual fight that because he didn't really get one.
Jack's gonna go with him.
Okay. Eugenie knows that Cheryl will be, nose deep in papers for a while. She still doesn't fully trust Jack. So she is going to come with Ye and Jack into the lab because she also wants to kind of know what is going on here and if there are more vampires. Cheryl will scream if she gets attacked, so
Probably.
Yeah, once they get in there, I think Jack's going to like take out his flip phone and with the 0.7 megapixel camera that's on it, take pictures of as many chemical names as he can. Because he doesn't understand any of this beakerhead shit. But he's still gonna, get what he's got.
And while Jack's doing that, just real quick, Ye's going to realize everybody went with him and left the squishiest member of their team alone, and he's going to turn around and go back because he's still got a bit of a complex about this sort of thing. He's going to be like,
Fair.
all of you came with me? All of you? Nobody stayed with Cheryl. Okay. He's going to go help look through papers then.
Okay, so I need the paper pushers to make me intelligence notice checks rolls.
I
And
have
then
a wonderful thing that I would like Ye would be precisely what good at looking for, and that would be documentation regarding performance reviews, human resources issues, or any sort of interdisciplinary or interpersonal conflicts, any documentation or stuff like that. We're looking for unagreeable people or complaints made against people would be something that your insightful nature would be able to pass out.
Okay.
That's
So
all right.
intelligence notice.
intelligence notice, yep. And Jack, you're in the lab with Eugenie, and still arms crossed, leans against one of the chem tables, crosses her legs too, or her ankles, I guess. Just kind of looks you up and down as you're taking pictures with your horrible phone, and quietly, or I guess privately, so that the others wouldn't be able to hear down the hallway, she just says, I thought Mennonites were pacifists.
Jack doesn't look up from what he's doing. He just sort of continues what he's doing, just sort of talks, you know, how you talk when you're searching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was called to serve my country. You know, just because I'm a
You
Mennonite.
know the draft was abolished, right?
I know.
For all intents and purposes.
I know. But recruiter comes to your door, asks you to serve your country. You're a patriot. Just because I'm a Christian. Like, he stops and he's like, when was the last time you saw a Christian that followed every rule in the book?
Touche.
Some people are pacifists, some people pass the fist. And he goes back to what he's doing.
I'm gonna do something here. He walks over to you and puts your smartphone down on the counter and in front of you. You dropped that. And you know very well you did not drop that.
Yeah. Thought I left that with the bike.
Gotta be careful what you leave and where you leave it.
So, you can kill me, or you can ask the right questions. What do you want?
You're not worth killing.
Nope.
What do you want? Well, I know what you want, but why do you want what do you want? Or why do you want what you want? Why do they want what you want? Better question.
To be honest, we got no assets here. We only found out there was a hellmouth here a couple of years ago. We need info. They sent me. And he's put the phone away. He's turning around. He's just like talking to her as with respect.
Mm-hmm. Give me one reason why I should not lay your secret bare to those other two right now.
Because I haven't lied to them once. I'm just here to help. And I don't mean them any harm. I was actually sent here because your granddaughter died.
She was my niece, but okay.
Niece,
sorry,
my
shots
bad.
fired
Sorry, I meant niece. He wouldn't have forgotten that.
from the other
Yeah.
room. We hear a very
Yeah.
painful thud.
Got him.
And he stops. He's like, I've only been here about 3 weeks.
She looks at you up and down one more time You can tell she has a million things to say, but she doesn't know the best way to say them yet. And then she just says, "Don't get cocky." And she leaves you in the lab alone.
And he asks her, he's like, before she leaves, it's like, how long have you been doing this alone?
Without looking back at you, she says, "Longer than you have."
Does the pain get any easier?
Not
And
really.
that said, he says that softer. Like not the
Mhm.
you don't hear the army voice.
Yeah. And she says softer. Not really.
Well,
And you hear, make me a perception notice check.
that is a 15.
Hey, you hear in her voice, she absolutely knows you have something hurting you. But she's not going to bring it up. Now, I'm going to leave narrator mode for a second. Just like last session, we got started a teeny bit late. And I have some things that I'd like to continue doing that hopefully won't take too long. If y'all would humor me, would you be okay spending a little extra time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Producers
Okay.
down. Chat. People
Yeah.
in the future. Okay.
Stuck with us. Buckle in, bitches.
Okay.
Well,
So
I would say, just real quick, this is something I've been waiting for a good motion to point to interject, if you don't mind, Director. Now that things are a little settled, Cheryl might notice that through the rents in his shirt, there appears to be ink on the inner part of Gay's forearm, the inside of his left forearm. It's not a lizard, though. That is
Oh.
my lizard.
Oh. What does it look like?
It looks like Gothic lettering, like dark Gothic lettering.
Is that Scandinavian death metal band or something of importance?
Something of importance. Yale pause while he's doing things and just roll back his sleeve, and it's Estia's name. And just a really fancy. She was a reader. She loved the old books and the new books, and it's just like I just felt like I needed a reminder of why we're doing this, and well, what else could be lost if we fuck up.
She's gonna pull the tag on the inside of the jacket, pull it, fold it open. It's gonna just say like, never forget. It's gonna say Esty underneath that as well. Yours has one of these as well. You didn't notice yet.
No, I hadn't really had time to check it out, but yeah, that's the ink I went to get a few days ago.
That's sweet.
She was a
so
friend
Eugene, oh, yep.
and my biggest failure. I know people are going to say, "Oh, don't lay it on yourself," but that's just not avoidable right now.
I know, but if she was here right now, if she could talk to you and speak to you, I'm certain she wouldn't want you to remember her as your biggest failure.
That's not the only way I remember her. I mostly remember her smile and her laugh and her crush on Ash, which was absolutely adorable. And I think she had a little crush on you too, which was also adorable. And then I remember that suddenly all being gone. And I remember holding what had taken her place. And I remember the last words of that thing, and I can't help but wonder how much of her was still in there.
Doesn't help that we're interacting with a being that claims that they haven't lost touch with their original being.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
no.
certain that Danny is an aberration, or at the very least is lying to us about whether or not they're actually themselves still. It's like have you ever heard of the swamp paradox, or seen the movie Prestige?
I've seen The Prestige, yeah. The one where he
It's like the movie,
clones.
the hit film The Prestige.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that that's her when they swap
No.
places.
There's no guarantee that's not her either. And that's the harder part of it, the not knowing.
The thing that hits me, and I know that it was said to you, but it still hurts to think about. Estia wouldn't say that to you. I know that that is nothing that she would say to you, especially if she knew that she was about to pass. What type of cruel, malicious, just knife turning jargon is that? That's not something that she would say. That would be a perfect litmus test. But if it was still her, she wouldn't say something like that. She would say something along the lines of, I understand and I forgive you, or you're wrong, but I understand where you're coming from, right? It wouldn't be a, what's the most spiteful thing I can throw in your face right now?
I
Is
didn't
that
think
how
it
it
was
happened?
spite. He's gonna look
And you hear
over.
Eugenie. You hear Eugenie behind her, behind you. You don't know when exactly she entered during the conversation.
He's just gonna nod. We searched frantically. We tried spells, everything we could think of to find her. And when we did, uh, it was clear that she'd been bitten and drained, and there was just blood in her mouth, down her chin, all over her chest. She was still talking. She still seemed like our friend, but we knew. We knew. So we went up the hill with her, just sat with her and held her until the sun came up. And part of me hoped that I was being stupid, that we patched her up and we got there just in time and everything was going to be fine. And then she started to burn. And we held her. I held her as she turned to ash. And in her last moments, she looked me right in the eyes and said, I thought you were my friend. And I know we did the right thing. She wouldn't have wanted to exist as a vampire because that wouldn't have actually been her. But I've never been there when the change happens, and I can't help wondering how much of her was left in there before we lost her entirely.
Both of you make me a perception notice check roll.
13.
8.
Ooh.
Cheryl, you're too caught up in the emotions of hearing the story being retold.
Yeah, it's just trying to keep it together now that she's entered the room.
Yay. Amidst Eugenie's typical stance, arms folded, leaning up against the wall in the corner. She has her head down a little bit, kind of staring at the floor. And she actually doesn't say anything. But with the dim moonlight that comes through this now uncovered window, you can see a tear falling down her cheek.
He was really proud of you, you know. I don't know if that hurts or helps, but She knew what she did, and she thought it was important. She understood why you kind of had to stay away, and why her mom wanted you to, your sister, whatever, wanted you to stay away. But when she really needed it, she turned to you for help. But it's not your fault that we couldn't help her enough before you got there.
He walks over to you with slow steps and with the most sincerity she is capable of, or the most social sincerity. She says, I'm going to hug you now. And she puts her arms around you and just sort of in your ear, you hear, it's not your fault.
Yeah, if Cheryl's close enough, he's gonna try and pull Cheryl into the hug.
Give me a dex check.
Dex doubled. Dex
Sure,
and get kung
Dex.
fu.
Yeah, sure. Dex doubled. She definitely like turns away to like go back to like going through the documents at one point.
14.
Yeah, absolutely. Like snag the leather jacket and go in. She fuck.
A yelp of protest.
Oh,
Yeah, he's squeezing them all together, and he just says, "One day, maybe I'll believe that."
yeah. It's now. I saw moonlight. So maybe we do hurry up, but however long you need.
He'll hug back carefully in Cheryl's case, less carefully in the Elder Slayer's case. She's probably much stronger and tougher than he is, so they just go, I guess we should get back to work. But
Yeah, so last
No.
words or
he was just like, she was just really special. I think we all loved her. Not in a romantic way, but she just had this way about her that you just kind of wanted to pat her head and keep her safe. She would have hated that. I never did it. She'd taken my our hand off at the wrist, but
I'm glad that she got to, I don't know, spend a night in my shoes. Even if it was one of her last. She enjoyed getting ready together. That was quite fun.
so you guys, because it is now nighttime, the battle took some time and all of the searching took some time. You gather what seemed to be, you had good search rolls, so you gather the relevant documents and head back to where you met up to sort of go through all the information later.
he kind of pauses for a moment. He's like, "Do we burn this place down? I know I've done a lot of arson recently, but do we leave this as a place we come back to check for things later, or we just remove it as a one last vampire nest?"
I don't
I
need.
wouldn't let them. Jack's like, I don't think we want to let whoever we're up against know that we're on to them.
Mhm.
They'll connect the dots just as easily as we have. The less they know about what we're doing, the better.
You've also explicitly set a lot of fires, so they might just assume it was you if they found another location burnt to the ground.
They might, but he pauses for a moment. There's a body in there already, a human body.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like, it looks around. Is there like wood and stuff
Probably.
available?
Like,
Brush.
I mean,
Pallets.
there's a lot of brush and pallets and stuff.
Yeah, he's just gonna grab some stuff real quick, go back through, just dump it in there and set it up like a crude fire. take the like shirt off the guy, start the pallets up right by one of the cabinets, try to make it look like just a homeless person started a fire. And
I don't know if that will ID properly with the police, because this is a young man that worked at a nice company that's been missing for a minute. And there might be
They took the wallet though.
they might be able to
there's
identify him by
dental
dental
records.
Yeah, that's true.
There's
I
fingerprints.
thought of it the minute I said.
There's so many different
Jack's like, well,
Yeah, but that's going to point them in an entirely different direction if they do figure out who he is.
and people go missing all the time. Life's hard. You know,
Yep.
you lose your job. There's
Yeah,
bad
Gay's like,
performance you
anyway,
do.
the fire started.
I
Yeah.
don't. Oh, why did you? All right, fine. I'll grab more things.
Hit his teeth
I
out.
thought one tote was
Okay.
enough because we might come back, but I'll grab 3 totes worth. That's fine. And she's gonna.
Okay, you hustle to like grab as much
More
as you can before
documents.
this place goes up in flames. And
He's like, I
then-
promise I'm not going to make a
and-
habit of this. It just seemed like it might be a good way to
You know,
throw people off the trail.
seventh time I'll say that
book
it's a
it.
habit, but 6 is fine right now.
Oh,
you book it to back to where you met up, and you know the bikes are still there. Cheryl, your car is still there,
Oh,
and
God.
you guys hold on. Somebody keyed your car.
Sorry, somebody keyed my car.
Yeah, just out of
What
spite.
Does it
looks too
say
fancy.
something?
Nah,
It looks too fancy. I do not drive a NASCAR. I drive a
Not
Toyota
anymore.
Corolla. That was mentioned in the first few episodes. It's an early
It's
2000s
still like
Toyota Corolla.
decent
is
car
still
for
not a
this.
beater.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
still
like,
not a
that's not a
beater.
Buick.
Yeah. It's not a rusted out 6'4" Impala or something, you know.
Yeah. So you guys, Eugenie gets on
That'll
her
buff right
bike
out.
and gives the 2-finger salute. Says, "Don't get killed," and drives off.
Well, that was a positively heartwarming, well, almost term of affection there. Don't die.
And
Anyone else have a strange feeling of doom?
For the last several weeks, yes.
Okay, just
anything else you want to say before you guys head your separate ways?
What the fuck in my car?
No, the cameras are all fake or dead, so you'll never know.
Jesus Christ. I thought they would take the catalytic converter, but God.
Well, at least they
Alright,
didn't take the
so-
converter, the hubcaps or anything. That'll the keying will buff out. You can deal with that.
Chaos. Just chaos gremlins.
Don't bring chaos into this.
Okay,
What-
okay. So you guys make your way back. On the way home, Jack, your drive is fine. Cheryl and Ye, who's driving? Cheryl? This is her car?
Yeah. I did a full
Okay.
walk around before getting in the car, hopefully.
Yeah, it's
Did
just
the nervous
scratches.
Well, Ye would have driven his own car because he had the hand crossbow Cheryl was using from his trunk, and he needed to haul the water and everything.
Oh, right.
So yeah, was Ye's car scratched up too?
Yes.
Eh.
Ye's car, they actually wrote, what did they write?
penis.
Yeah, they wrote penis.
Yeah, you know what? That won't actually look that out of place on campus anyway, and it's a Taurus. It's not exactly a quality vehicle.
Oh man, my poor Mercury Sable went through so much shit. He had battle scars, man.
Yep.
So many. So Cheryl and Ye, you have to take like the same route to get to campus and to your apartments, which are near campus. So you're going through you know, the areas of the city get progressively less crime ridden and more you know, upscale until like, you know, you get to what a campus is. And as you're in sort of like a mid-town area that's not like the safest you could get, but it's not, you know, abandoned like where you just came from. I need you guys to make me perception notice checks.
13.
Ooh, a crit. 15.
So both of you actually yeah. Both of you actually see an exchange happening in an alley off to the side of a dimly lit shop. And yay, you don't catch the shop. But Cheryl, you do. It's a butcher shop. And in this alley, you see a hand extend with like a tub of something, and another hand extends to take it. And you wonder who is getting a tub of something from a butcher.
A lot of
You
demons will do that.
Follow. You both follow the figure up to the face. And it looks very familiar. Does anyone do a double take?
Yeah, who's it?
No.
No. Yeah, he's like, no.
Yeah, who
Well,
is it?
see, well, remember, Ye is a demon, and a lot of demons will, you know, go to butchers and other things for viscera and such. So he's just like, whatever.
Okay. Cheryl, you do a double take. It's Danny.
Okay, that tracks. Wait a second. He said that he murders people on the side of the road. All right. How wide is the alleyway?
It's like maybe 6-8 feet across.
Like, can a car drive down it?
Car could block the entrance.
Can I hop the curb and block the entrance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ye, meanwhile, I was like, the fuck is Cheryl doing? Yeah.
So that would be what, driving and
I feel like you're not like doing any kind of particular like slick move, so you don't need to roll
Okay.
for that.
oh, right, wonderful. She is going to hop the curb, get into the alleyway, put her high beams on, and blind him. And open up the driver's side door. Step out. Have to put in the car and park.
He is, you know, holding his hand up to block out the lights and like clearly like what the fuck is going on. And you're just silhouetted against this. So he like let me roll something actually.
Yeah, you're right. Ye shrugs and goes home. Maybe Cheryl just really needed some, you know, skirt steak or something.
Yeah, he can't tell who this person is who has fucking spotlighted him in an alley.
Trying to avoid being recognized by her voice and not necessarily determining that Cheryl is good at pretending to be other people, she's going to just say, "Drop it." Just see if she can persuade him to drop it, and like
Make me a willpower influence, and I guess add 1.
Alrighty. That is a
This the
16.
buzz.
16. He fucking chucks it.
Yeah. Where does it
He
go?
At
it
you.
lands right in front of your car. So like your
Does
car
it
gets
open up?
splashed.
Is it
Yeah,
blood bags?
it's just straight up blood.
Oh, it's loose.
It's a tub of blood.
So my
you
car
drain
gets
you
splashed
drain
with.
the pig into a bucket. He
You
saves the
sell the
bucket
blood
and
to
gives
a
it
vampire.
to sell the blood to a vampire. It's
So the
first
front end
grade
of my car is
SpongeBob.
covered in blood.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's gonna
Uh,
stink because it's pig's blood.
Can I
And hopping the curb didn't do anything good to the front of the car either. So it's
can
been
I
keyed.
try and catch this goddamn thing
Maybe.
with my telekinesis to stop it from ruining the finish of my car so it doesn't look like I was in a murder scene?
Willpower, dexterity,
Willpower,
and
dexterity. my
add your
occultism?
sorcery. No,
Just my
add your
sorcery?
sorcery.
All right, sounds good. So that will be 12.
Uh, you catch it. You catch it so that it doesn't hit your car. But the lid comes a bit loose and a tiny bit sloshes onto your hood.
I said drop it, not throw it, you Lance. God. And she's gonna flick the high beams off and go, is this what you mean by crack houses?
He puts his hands up and goes, "You got me."
All right, we're gonna go for a drive and you're gonna try and explain to me why you were trying to be some sort of hard ass, saying that you killed innocent people. We're gonna figure out whether or not that's actually true.
Can you buy me another bucket of blood at least? Take me out to dinner first?
There's a good amount left over.
He's gonna step forward and take the bucket from the floating position it's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put the lid back on. Just be like, let me guess. He sees your car and he's like, where the fuck did you go?
This is my burner car that I drive around when I'm gonna accost people. The
Super
scratch is to
convincing.
make it seem more inconspicuous.
Okay, Vin Diesel. And he
Family.
willingly gets into your car.
All right. Yeah, I'm down for Cheryl to try and like vibe check this vampire on a late night drive.
Okay.
We can
Do
pick
you
that up
wanna-
next time if you want.
Yeah, actually, we'll pick that up next time. But what I'm gonna do real fast is we're gonna jump to Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you're in your motel room. Getting ready for bed.
Report can
What's that
be
look
done
like?
later.
Yeah, you do get that text again
Yeah,
that says report ?
yeah. Confirmed Slayer, wrong target. And he types out identity compromised and then deletes it. Infiltrated local group of hunters. They are still suspicious, but I'm included on the patrols, and that's in brackets, or not brackets, in quotes.
Okay.
So
you send that, and you get. It's really late at night, so you just get like a emoji back.
He's just like, thank fuck.
It
Puts the
said you get another one that says, "I'll get details later."
dead drop to follow. He gets his puts the files from the picture onto an SD card. Includes that. There's also he also includes a reference to where they went that night and list of potential cover stories.
Okay.
Just to cover
So
their
once
tracks.
you
And then
once you finish up with that, get ready for bed. Go to bed.
The news is on, but on mute, and he just sort of falls asleep to that.
Okay. Tell me how your dream starts.
Jack's dreams are extraordinarily boring most of the time. Today's dream is about going to the firing range at Camp Kandahar in Afghanistan. He's just heading out to the range to get some shooting in, throw a couple hundred rounds downrange.
When you press the trigger, everything around you turns boiling hot and orange.
Puts his
And
rifle down and
it's not a
starts-
rifle. It's a remote control. You know what happens next.
Oh no. Turns on the TV like he did. Just like Al every time. Turns on the news, puts it on mute. Falls asleep in his lazy boy.
You don't know how much time passes, but you wake up to heat and pressure over your chest. And your eyes open. And there's a glint of steel.
Training takes over. It's an immediate fist to the solar plexus and the other hand on the center of mass to push them off.
Fight or flight kicks in. That training that you always counted on in the war. A little forceful back home. And she goes flying. And she lands on the knife she was holding. Like she always does.
I rush over to her. I try to call out her name, but nothing happens. And I cradle her in my arms and like, stay with me, stay with me. You're gonna be okay.
You can hear a screech and a hissing laugh as you feel some force leave her that you kind of sense must have been what was making her not her the last couple weeks. And you confirm your suspicion that demons are real. Right now you're focused on her, and her strength is leaving her, and she tries to put a hand up to you, but she can't.
No. You can't leave me alone. You can't leave me alone. Stay with me, please.
You feel things slow down. Every second feels like a minute. And every second, the life in her eyes dims more and more until she stops breathing. And there's nothing there.
Just primal grief. wordless scream, just body racked with sobs as he holds his fiancée to his chest.
Then suddenly you're outside the house. It is burning down. She's not in your arms.
I'm on my knees. Everything's a blur. You know, I see the house, I see that it's on fire, but I don't see it. I look around, there's flashing lights and colors and people moving everywhere, and I just, where did she go?
You don't know. She's just not there. And amidst the panic and the flames, the heat, the sound, the lights, your body can't take anything else, any sensory input, any more cortisol pumped into your bloodstream, and it does what it has to. It knocks you out. And you're knocked out for the rest of the night.
When
And that's where we'll leave it.
Yeah.
So, on that note, thank
Have
you
a great night,
guys
everybody.
for
Jack is a murderer. I called it. You can't trust him.
Wow.
No, just
Wow.
for staying a little late just to get some things done. Let's do some thank yous. First of all, thank you to my players. Thank you so much, Bat Kyle. Yay is always a lovable, terrifying teddy bear. Half demon with a heart of gold. Thank you, Cheryl, for being just the powerhouse that she is. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you very much.
You're Eddie.
Much appreciated.
Always keeping me on my toes. And thank you, Bison, for bringing Jack to this wonderful group. We're going to see more of him, and we're going to see more of just this wonderful story that we're weaving. Everyone
I will get
here...
you guys to like me. I will.
You and Danny are tarred with the same brush. Stranger danger.
You guys, so we should have Mana back next session, so that will be nice. You guys can catch Ash up on the developments. And until then, thank you, producer Kevin, for being wonderful once again. Thank you to everyone in chat. I actually got a chance to read chat for once this time. I wasn't like panicking my brain out. Everything was lovely. I have so much fun. I always have so much fun. Thank you to everyone who watches on YouTube. If you made it this far, give us a like and a subscribe and a comment down below. We love hearing your thoughts. And last but not least, please, please, please be nice to each other.
Thank you, director.
Director Chris. Thank you,
Aw, you're
producer
welcome.
Kevin.